I am really excited to introduce to you a module that I've recently become introduced to myself in Moodle. It's called the Checklist module. Now, have you ever had or facilitated within your classroom a longer term type assignment where there's several steps and really it's very difficult to keep track of who has done what and to have that free-flowing communication between yourself and the student? Well, you might want to use something like the checklist module. I am back on Monica Grubb's page, and she, in 6th grade, does an experts project. She's got amazing documentation. See, if I click on this link right here, it opens a read-only copy of a Google Doc, and just some outstanding communication and expectations for every step of this project. In a simpler sense, you could use the checklist module. In fact, perhaps just to show you how this works, I could look at these benchmarks and these due dates that she had and how this would actually work. Now, in her case, it's very possible that she has her students go up to here, the file menu, make a copy, and then rename it with their last name and then share it with her so she can keep track of this with students as they go through. They can document in here so she can kind of be their coach during the experts project. But you could also do something like that in Moodle. Let me show you. I'm going to do some copying and pasting, by the way, so I'm going to keep this open. So she's going to do this in Moodle. She would click on add an activity or a resource, and this is called a checklist, and it's this module right here. And then I'm going to click add. And you get your fields, and so I'm going to name this checklist experts project checklist. And I could add some sort of directions for students. This is a required field, so I might say check off each part of the project as you go. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some decisions here about who actually can communicate with Moodle to check off the items in my list. So in this case, I want the students to do it. And note that both student and teacher could make updates to the checklist. Oops, I don't want the students to add their own items. I just want them to be able to update the list. Now, in this case, I might want due dates. You don't have to. And then when the checklist is complete, you could force an email out to the teacher if you'd like. If you had posted assignments, you can have those automatically be on your checklist. And in this case, I don't want to do that. I want to customize it. And then these advanced settings, I'm going to skip. Save and display at the bottom. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy and paste things from the Google Doc that Monica had in place. So I'm going to copy this step 1, the contract, and I'm going to paste it in my checklist, and I click add. And notice that I have the ability to change the color of the text. I could edit the item if I need to later change the name. I could update it that way. Or I could indent it, so if I did have some sub-steps to a checklist, I could do that as well. Now you also have the ability to edit dates, so if I click on that icon and then I go and hit edit next to what I just wrote, I could enable a date for that. So for example, I could make this February 8th, 2013, which is behind us, and then I could click on update. So I could just do dates as we go as well. So let me do another one. So I'm going to click on this, copy it, and paste it in. And that's going to be February 13th. So I'm going to go back here, February 13th, and then I click on the add button. So you can see that I'm updating as we go. If I needed to remove something, I could click on the X for delete. And if I wanted to reorder these, I could click on the arrow to go up. Let me just show you what it looks like if you change the colors. So you can change the color of your text. I'm not sure exactly why you do that. I'm kind of a person who likes black for text color, but you could if you wanted to. So then if I click on View Checklist, what happens is as the students put check marks in here, they get a progress bar that goes across. And then as a teacher, you can view the progress of your various students, which right now you can't see because students haven't really done this. But it's a nice way to, at a glance, to see the progress of your students in a long-term project.